Best wishes. Of course. Best wishes. Gotta cool off. Beautiful. Ha! Let's celebrate! Time for a swim? Ha! Spring has sprung. Ha! Let's go. All right. Yes. Gotta cool off. Shall we drown them? Well, yes. All right. Beautiful. Spring is here. Time for a swim? Ha! Best wishes. Ha! Let's go. Yes, spring has sprung. Ha! Gotta cool off, of course. Best wishes.
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem clear video in Fire Emblem Heroes. Today we'll be taking on Rutger in his very own Grand Hero battle on Infernal difficulty. So we have the Slaying Edge Mercenary Rutger on his very own Grand Hero battle map, and he has come prepared. He's got a ton of reinforcements at his disposal. This initial wave is pretty threatening in and of itself, lots of overlapping danger ranges, a lot of mix of ranged magic and physical, and the map orientation is, well, hugely advantageous to flyers. Let's just get that out of the way. Flyers definitely have an edge here because they can hover over the bridge, over the water. They don't have to worry about the trenches that are here or the trees, the forested areas. So this map is really made for flyers. But if you're using cavalry, you're probably going to have a pretty difficult time. Those trees and trenches are really going to make you have a bad day. So as I mentioned, Rutger comes with waves of reinforcements. It's been a while since we've seen a Grand Hero battle with this level of reinforcements, coming from all angles, from the sides, from actually behind you too. You get around 3 or 4 waves of different enemies that crop up after each round, after each turn, that are pretty threatening if you're not prepared for them. So you just want to be mindful of where they're going to be appearing and then plan your movements out accordingly. If we take a look at Rutger himself, he has Vengeance at a 1-turn cooldown, so Slaying Edge, and then they just decided to reduce it to 1 turn anyway. Comes with Attack Defense Bond 3, and he actually has pretty decent defenses, pretty even keeled on his defense, mixed defense, and res. So he that combined with his 43 speed makes him pretty likely to tank a single hit and prevent doubles against him, which is where Vantage comes into play naturally. So you do want to be mindful about that. His goal is to tank a hit and then have Vengeance available on the following turn. Also comes with Attack Smoke 3 here as his C slot. We have this Bowfighter, Slaying Bow, Rally Attack Speed Plus. So the Bowfighter is the only unit on the team with a Rally, and the Bowfighter is going to be prioritizing that rally in most instances, so you just want to be aware of that as you're plotting out your moves. Green Cavalier with a Gron Owl, and interestingly enough has Mystic Boost 3. Lance Fighter has Slaying Spear, as well as Red Tomebreaker 3 and Darting Stance, intended to, I'm guessing, destroy Winter Tharjas that are out there. We've got Sword Fighter here, Slaying Edge, Swap, Fury, and Defense Res Link. And you have this Lance Cavalier who has Lunge. Lunge is always something you want to watch out for, just because if you're going to bait this Lance Cavalier in any way, Lunge will end up swapping your unit with them on attack, leaving your unit vulnerable and further in the danger range that you may be comfortable with. Another thing to note is that the enemy forces will approach you whether you're ready or not. So on turn 1, regardless of whether or not you bait them, they are going to march forward on you, which means and makes the first move very critical. The first move on turn 1, you want to make sure that you are properly oriented and have positioned yourself in a way to take out as many units as you can on turn 2, as well as take out as many units on turn 1 as you can. You don't want to lose that advantage. So let's take a quick look at the Camilla team. We've got Camilla at +10, Vanilla Camilla naturally, Camilla's Axe reposition, Draconic Aura, Distant Counter, Renewal 3 for the B slot, Hone Flyers for the C slot, and Brazen Attack Res 3 for the seal. Next up we have Spring Camilla. Spring Camilla's got her Gron Raven Triangle Adept build, repositioned Draconic Aura, Vantage for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Distant Defense 3 for the seal. We have New Year's Camilla, Slaying Edge, Gale Force, Heavy Blade build, Death Blow for that A slot, Desperation for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, reposition for the assist. And last but not least, we have Summer Camilla, Tropical Beauty Camilla, with a Blarblade Fury Desperation build, reposition Draconic Aura once again, Goad Flyers, and Flyer Formation for the seal. So basically their default kits, what I usually put on them whenever approaching a challenge. I didn't have to make any modifications to that. So, like I said, the opening gambit is pretty important, and the way we'll initiate is by putting Spring Camilla into position. We'll reposition her forward. She has the Hone Flyers buff from Vanilla Camilla, which is going to be very important. We're actually going to shift New Year's and Summer Camilla as well, so that Spring Camilla now has enough power to double and kill the Lance Fighter right here. And by doing so, she'll be planted here, and she'll be in the range of the Green Cavalier, the Bowfighter, and the Lance Cavalier, which is perfectly fine. She can tank all of them without really any issue whatsoever. So we're going to initiate on the Lance Fighter and take him out on player phase. And then on enemy phase, she's going to tank a whole bunch of hits. The Bowfighter is going to prioritize rallying, which is a little bit annoying. The Lance Cavalier will shoot forward, do 0 damage, ding ding. And then Spring Camilla will be able to use Draconic Aura on enemy phase against the Green Cavalier. So now we have this Axe Dragon and this Red Cavalier that have spawned, which is pretty annoying. So the Axe Dragon, being a flyer, naturally has unmitigated movement on this side of things. The Red Cavalier has huge movement and attack range, being a ranged unit on a horse, right? So, 2 big threats that appear on turn 2. At this point, we really just want to use being a flyer team to our advantage. We want to stay right outside of the danger range, poke in, take out a couple of units, leave 1 unit in that can probably enemy phase, and then just continue to do that throughout as the waves approach. So we're just going to do that. We're going to use Summer Camilla to eliminate the Sword Fighter on player phase. And we'll use Spring Camilla here as well to eliminate the Lance Cavalier. Now Summer Camilla is sitting here in the danger zone, and that's fine. She's now in the range of the Red Cavalier, who is a big threat, and we want to take the Red Cavalier out as quickly as possible. So we're going to leave Summer Camilla here to tank and kill on enemy phase, but we do want to get Spring Camilla to safety by repositioning back. So there we go. Red Cavalier will go ahead and kill himself. And then Rutger is going to make his approach, which is totally fine. Again, keeping in line with the strategy, we want to be just outside of the danger range while eliminating the units that we can that have overextended and keeping a unit or two in enemy phase range to tank a hit. So along those lines, we're just going to shift Vanilla Camilla back because she's actually in the way of Summer Camilla and her optimal positioning to take out Rutger. So we'll take out Rutger, activate that Draconic Aura, and do a ton of damage to him. So this Axe Dragon is in range. We want to actually tank her with New Year's Camilla, so we're going to accomplish that by repositioning back and just shifting into place. There we go. Doesn't quite kill, but that's okay. Weak enough for next turn. And on the final reinforcement round, these two Cavaliers will appear behind you, which is actually pretty evil. You know, you have you're trying to fortify yourself on these bridges, and then all of a sudden behind you, you get these Cavaliers that appear, a huge range, and then a red and a blue, so some decent color coverage. So at this point, the Axe Cavalier and the Bowfighter are on the other side of the bridges, so we don't really have to worry about them too much and their ranges. So what we really want to prioritize dealing with is just this hot mess of units that are kind of just on top of us. So we just want to rearrange ourselves so that we use Vanilla Camilla first to take out this Axe Dragon, just to finish the Axe Dragon off. And that allows us and gives us enough room to move Spring Camilla down here, where Vanilla Camilla was, to take out the Lance Cavalier. And now we can go ahead and shift Summer Camilla over to eliminate the Sword Cavalier. And we can wipe out the Axe Fighter with New Year's Camilla. She'll activate, or she has Gale Force in the process. She would have activated it anyway. And then we'll just shift her back to safety. And that just leaves these last two units. And of course we have that Bowfighter rallying his heart out. So we're going to eliminate the Bowfighter finally with Spring Camilla. That Raven Tome advantage on player phase will just take him out. And now we just want to sit back, let the Axe Cavalier move forward into range and kind of kill himself. And he is now primely in the range of New Year's Camilla, who can just one-shot him and take him out. So that's it, pretty straightforward. If you have flyers, use them on this map, because they'll make your life a lot easier. Let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using to clear this Grand Hero battle on Infernal difficulty, Rutger's Grand Hero battle. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate you taking some time out and spending some time with us. And until next time, let's protect those skies.